Good morning, good morning. It's Cam. It is Tuesday, March 30th. Pre-market action here, 5:30 in the morning, hour till they open. Let's look at some stocks. So first, we'll start with HOFV, Hall of Fame Entertainments and Resorts. That's a big NFT stock we talked about in my video from yesterday afternoon, and I'll link that up above. And the catalyst was that they were going to come out with their fantasy football news at 5 a.m. this morning, and it came out, and the market is not entirely receptive to it. So if we look at the move from yesterday, all here, we can just look at the last couple of days. Let me go back out. Right, initial move, partnership with DLPN, sold off. You know, some consolidation down here around 5. Monday, get up. They Seeking Alpha report coming out about their fantasy football league, which was already talked about last week from their CEO, and then they launched it today. So what they came out with today at like 5 a.m. they were just talking about like team names, cities and stuff like that. So feature NFL legends managing teams, fan-owned fantasy football league, unveil cities, team names, logos. So pretty pumpy PR type stuff. Not a lot of like fine details on their game plan, revenue, how they're gonna make money off it. But so the market sold us off. So we got that run yesterday after hours, pulled back to 6.3, consolidated around 6.5, closed at 6.45, sideways action pre-market, and then about 4:45, you see that was the first time the news came out here on TD Ameritrade. Leaked a little early, and the sell-off began. Sold down to basically this 38.2 fib. Got to bounce initially on the story coming out, right? So profit taking took place. Bounced back to the 90 EMA and the 5 minute. Sold off again harder. Got down to 5.6, and you see now we're pulling back into the 9 moving average. So we could be consolidating between the 9 and the 38.2 until one of them breaks. And you see above, above in the 6s, we do have a lot of volume there from the last week. And then really all the other NFT names like DLPN, not really moving right now. Not a lot of volume to them. So we'll have to wait and see if any other companies put out some PR or we get some movement taking place. We do have S&P futures down right now, and really not a ton of moving. Most of the stuff that's moving right now pre-market had either earnings, such as like Bioc and what was the other one? ABCL, both up 18-13%, and then Jumia is up on earnings too. Actually, Jumia is up on their closing of stock offering, which is one we might look at. But what is moving right now, or has overnight, is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we consolidated most yesterday, above the 57K, popped up early this morning, and now we're sitting in 59K, could threaten 60K today if Bitcoin gets some momentum going. So with that, obviously we have our crypto and Bitcoin plays. Top mover right now, once again, is Canaan Inc. And you see here, we sold off pretty hard yesterday, right? So Bitcoin was up yesterday morning, pre-market over the weekend, as the stock futures were moving, and basically tried to retest the high in pre-market, couldn't get through the 50 fib, and sold off all day. Got down to 17.2, and now we're picking back up here, sitting at 1876 right now. Put in a high in 9.4 in earlier trading in pre-market, but we've got a lower high right now, so it could be consolidating. Let's look to see if the 50 EMA on the 5 minute holds as support, and then with that, most of the other crypto names are moving as well. Just they're not as up as much as CAN. CAN's the leader once again. So you have SOS, right? So still basically stuck in this range, between 5.5, 5.8, right? So resistance above 5.9 from the move down yesterday. So let's see if we can get through that. Ebon, right? A little bit better than SOS. A little more upward move after its downtrend. Sitting in around 7.5 right now. Kind of constricted EMAs right here, real tight. So that's something we'd like to see. Like to see a break out of that range. So I'd like to see if that comes around market open. And then really, EV stocks are kind of down again. Tesla had another not great report. It was only down, about 2%. But XPEV, from a play I talked about yesterday in the pre-market video, was a short below this 3108. See, yesterday we kind of held this 31 level pretty solid. First test couldn't get through it. Second test poked it. Buyers came back in. Also at this time, we had the market change direction, going back up. Couldn't get through the 200 again. Sold off, and then we got this rally into the close. But you see here we gapped down below $31 overnight, and we're using this 23.6 area as support in pre-market. So this could be another watch for me again today. So if we get more weakness, we sell below this 30.65 fib. Could be an area to look to go short once as well, as it looks like the EV markets are going to be weak again today, with Tesla being down. And there's actually a report on CNBC that Tesla was actually double charging people for their cars. I don't know how that happened, but some negative PR out for Tesla. And then lastly, we'll just look at GameStop. GameStop's actually up here in pre-market, but it's pushed costs up. AMC is pretty flat right now, but we poked 192, so basically retesting the high from yesterday. Pretty solid consolidation yesterday. Got really tight here around the 180s, and look to see, right? So we moved above this 186, 38.2 fib, which has been an area of interest the last couple of weeks. See if we can stay above it here in pre-market and see if we can get a pop on the open. Maybe go push 200 again. You see we had 218 on Friday, but we are consolidating again once around this 38.2, right? So we had found it as support on the way down. Act as resistance on the way back up. More area support on the way back down again, right? So bounced off at once, consolidated, fell through it, couldn't get back above it, and then yesterday basically stayed below it. But now let's see if we can stay on top. So that's what I got for you guys in this video. Kind of a quieter morning compared to yesterday, but we'll look to see if the action picks up during the market hours, if some more news comes out here in the morning before the open at 6 a.m. Hope you guys have a great day. Let me know what you guys are looking at. What do you think is going to be a good play for us this week? Where do you think the market direction is headed? And as always, see you in the next one.